Guess who's going on a date? For some reason, I can't see the viewfinder because I think I put in my wrong prescription contact and I'm like, I can't see you guys. So we're just gonna like wing whatever happens today. So basically, I'm going on a date in approximately, it's 12:30 now. So like approximately an hour and a half. I have an hour and a half to get ready. We need to start getting ready faster because they told me I'm going to get ready with you guys because y'all are my besties. Ew. But like y'all are. But like ew. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a little cringe. Why am I getting off track? I'm going on a date today with an actual human being, with an actual boy. A lot of us were confused. A lot of us thought that I was going to be, what's it called? A synonym. A lot of us thought that I would forever just date myself, marry myself, have children with myself, all the videos that I make alone, and I'm always like, you know what I'm saying? But no, I'm going on a date with an actual boy, with an actual human being. So we need to prepare for that because I look like a rat every single day. I feel bad sometimes. Most of the time I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what you get. I'm not gonna try to look like something else when I actually look like a rat every day. But today I feel like not looking like a rat. Also, while we get ready, I've decided that I want to expose myself today. Not like I don't expose myself every single video, but today I want to go in and I want to talk about boys because I never talk about boys on this channel ever. I mean, like, because it makes me cringe and I'm like, ugh. But I want to tell you guys all my boy drama that I've ever had. I put all my makeup in this freaking box because, is this a good angle? I want to make sure it's a good angle. Basically, I'm not trying to show too much because if you're new here, well, if you're new here, you're probably gone already because this is too much chaos. But if you're new here, this isn't like, this is a different setup because this is kind of like my new room, but it's not finished yet. And you guys technically aren't supposed to be seeing it yet. The transformation hasn't come out yet. That's why I'm like, don't look. I can't see anything. I don't want to wear my glasses on the date because we're trying to put in effort. But honestly, I might bring my glasses, and if I get too blind throughout the day, I'm gonna do a switcheroo. Start off, I'm gonna use some Curology moisturizer. I don't think I've washed my face in like 2 days. Frick. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna put on this Curology moisturizer before I put on my sunscreen. Let's get right into the juicy stuff because like this is really what you came for. You guys did not come to see me do my makeup because I'm not James Charles. This is not what you subscribed for. You clicked on this for some tea, all right? You want some tea. Well, for the day today, we're gonna go do some pottery and I think possibly get sushi. Which like sushi, like that sounds like you know that. It sounds like a good time. I've never really like been on a date. I feel like that is so, I don't know if that's rare or if it's just like nobody wants to date me, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I've never been like the type of person that's been approached on the street or like not even on the street because I would very much decline if you approach me on the street. But I've never been the type at school or anything like that, like have somebody approach me and be like, hey, I want to take you on a date. Like, let's go out. Like nobody's ever. Nobody's ever. I've never done like an activity on a date. Normally if I like link up because people are like, oh, let's link up. And I'm like, all right. And normally I go to like Chick-fil-A and call it a day. This is different for me. By the way, that was the Supergoop. Okay, beauty guru. That was the Supergoop Daily Dose Vitamin C SPF. I've been using this one a lot because the vitamin C is supposed to help my dark spots because like you're kind of going crazy. And then I'm gonna go in with my Unseen sunscreen. This thing is like almost gone, but I have a second tube that Supergoop sent to me, so I'm like, about to freaking use that. Let's talk about my boy journey. My boy journey, I feel like started in kindergarten. Pre-K? Pre-K. When I decided I had a crush on a boy named France. Pretty sure I just liked him because his name sounded like cool. Okay, how old are you in kindergarten? Okay, first grade you're 6. So kindergarten you're 5. I was 5. And I was like, that didn't last very long though. However, I think kindergarten was the start of my unhealthy obsession, addiction, and like this was like one of the most defining crushes I've ever had. Kindergarten was the start of my 9-year crush. I had a crush on a guy for 9 years.
Are you not ashamed of yourself?
I've never even committed to anything for that long. I'm gonna go in with the Supergoop. This is the glow stick, and I normally just like put this on my highlighter part like that, so it can like highlight. I got rejected by this boy, by this 10-year-old. I would say 7 times. But like I kept coming back. I don't know why I kept trying. Oh, sorry. We need to name him Bernard. Bernard never even glanced at me, but honestly, I wouldn't even glance at myself either because I was scary. I was honestly like, I was a terrifying middle schooler. I was creepy as fuck. I would show up to school with vampire fangs in my mouth. All seriousness, like not as like a prank or anything like that. Like I genuinely was like, this is cool. I feel like you guys didn't have enough context of what I really looked like as a middle schooler. So here's some evidence. Here's some proof.
Waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things. I just wish things would get better. I'm trying to get rid of them.
One of my friends from middle school like once told me like when I left middle school, like she was like, yeah girl, like I literally thought like you thought you were a vampire. Like it was giving TLC, mind strange addiction. I would come to school with this vampire fangs and a cape. Why did they let me in the premises? So if I was Bernard too, like honestly, like same. Bernard honestly probably had nightmares. I was a creepy stalker girl. I knew everything there was to know about Bernard. Bernard didn't even know, like the entire middle school knew that I was infatuated with Bernard, an obsession. They all knew. It was embarrassing. Everybody freaking knew. And there were people that would like go up to Bernard and be like, Bernard, Maya likes you. And Bernard would be like, what about it? Since I've known how to spell the word boy, I've been a very boy crazy person. Always needed to like have a crush, like in school. Most of the time multiple, like I was kind of a player. Like, you know what I'm saying? None of them ever knew, but I was a player in my head. In my head, I was playing games. I had a crush on like 5 people at once. They would walk down the hall and be like, not my one boyfriend talking to my other boyfriend and friends with my other boyfriend. I was a player. Every year of middle school, I had a new freaking crush. They all never reciprocated. That's the difference. I had a lot of crushes, but never, none of them ever crushed on me back. And I think a lot of it helped build my imagination because I became a very big daydreamer. I would just daydream and like imagine what it would be like to like have my crush reciprocated. To be one of those girls in my middle school that's like, everybody's like, oh my God, I'm so in love with Bethany. I can't stand it. But like Bethany like went out with Todd and I like can't stand it. Meanwhile, while I still have this crush on Bernard, there's not this new guy, because I think it was like first grade. This is either first or second grade or something. There was this boy, we'll call him Timothy. Mind you again, first grade, so we're like 6 years old. Now Timothy, it's bad if I call a 6-year-old attractive, right? Like it's bad because I'm not a 6-year-old. But like at the time, in my 6-year-old opinion, this is getting bad. But like, you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm not trying to be creepy. In a 6-year-old's opinion, Timothy was like an attractive 6. I can't say that. Everybody had a crush on Timothy. I developed a crush on Timothy, but I think the only reason I developed a crush on Timothy was because everybody else did, and it was kind of like the trendy thing to do. People would be like, Maya, do you have a crush on Timothy? And if I said no, they'd be like, so I was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna tighten up. Honestly, Timothy wasn't my type. And yes, me as a 6-year-old, I did have a type. We had recess, and this one thing that all the girls would do during recess is, sorry, there was like a bridge to like the playground. We would go sit under the bridge. Timothy and like the rest of the boys are like over there playing like soccer, like manly. Us girls would sit under the bridge and scream Timothy's name at the top of our lungs and confess our love to him under this dark, dingy bridge. Dark and dingy. All of our recess, screaming his name as he's over here minding his business, playing his soccer, probably like mortified. Actually no, Timothy was probably like but this story kind of got me in trouble because we started to transition from like the bridges to writing love letters. I barely even knew how to write. What am I writing a love letter for? And I'm sitting here writing my love letter to Timothy. I'm like, I love Timothy. Timothy is great. I think I chickened out and I didn't want to put it in his like little cubby. So I shoved it all in my backpack. That's where I messed up. Went home that day, played with my dollies, played with my Barbies, waiting for dinner. I hear my name get called. And it's like my mom's tone of voice that's like, I know I did something bad, like what's happening? I go downstairs and my mom and my dad are sitting waiting for me, like interrogation style. And they're holding my backpack open. And like the love letters, because I wrote multiple. The love letters are just like flowing out of my backpack, like shh. And I walk in and I'm like, and they're like, Maya, what's this? That was probably peak embarrassment for me. I feel like that experience was too traumatizing to really remember what I said to them. I think I tried to like make up a lie and I was like, oh, it's one of my friends. Like, she put it in my backpack. Like, They knew. They knew my handwriting, okay? No, they knew. And then like that traumatizing experience like really turned me away. I was like, okay, Timothy, we're forbidden. Okay, we're forbidden. I can't, like, you made my parents mad. Like, I can't be with you. The stories just get weirder and weirder. We're still in elementary school at this time, but I think I'm more like 7. Like, I'm a little bit older, you know, I'm a little bit more mature. This is when I think I started to develop a pattern in my crushes. My new crush, we're gonna name him Bobby. Bobby was an intense crush. It's one sunny day, and I'm sitting on the playground. So Bobby wasn't really on my radar, was he? Okay, so like here's the real tea that I've been holding back. I went to a predominantly white kindergarten, elementary school, and middle school, right? So like I'm surrounded by a lot of white people, which there's nothing wrong with that. There was like 3 black people at a time in the same grade as me. I quickly learned that I'm just very attracted. That sounds bad, because again, I was 6. But I quickly learned that I only liked the black boys. Like that was like, I tried. It's not like I was like being like, you know, discriminatory. I wasn't. Again, this is weird because I was 6. But anyway, so Bob wasn't really on my radar, but he kind of was because he was one of like 4 black boys. I'm sitting there on my playground, minding my business. I think some people were like playing football or something like that. All I see is this one boy throw a football, heavy 7-year-old force, and it goes, and it hits Bob in the head. Bob was not too happy about that. Bob turns around, and I think he cursed. Bob turns around, and he's like, ah! Ah! And he starts chasing the little boy around for like 30 minutes. And then he like beats him up. In that moment, I was like, I'm in love with Bob. So I think that said a lot about what my type was as a 7-year-old, that this boy got hit in the head by a football, turned around and beat up the kid that he got hit in the head with the football with. And I was like, love. I've grown out of saying that like my type was like the bad boy, but like honestly, I just don't like the term bad boy anymore because I'm like, I don't want to date a criminal. Do not do a crime because I can't associate with that. Like nothing against crime. So, you know, but like I just personally can't associate with that. When I say like bad boy, I say like in the type of like a Jess Mariano, like a little bit of a rebel. My ride or die trope is mean to everybody else except me boys. Jess Mariano, Damon Salvatore, like need I say more? Yes. Actually, I do, because I had a crush on the entire Vampire Diaries male characters except for Stephen Salvatore and Matt Damon. What's his name? Damon? I don't know. But that says a lot because Stefan was the only nice guy on the show, and I was literally disgusted by his presence. A lot of you are going to come for me. A lot of you team Stefaners are going to come for me, but he was way too nice. I like Stefan when he like turned off his humanity and he was like ripping out people's hearts, but like other than that, boring. Boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. Like, get a personality. Like, kill some people, Stefan. Come on. Everybody else, like Klaus, Damon, Elijah. Ooh, Elijah. Anybody else, literally except Stefan, I was cool with. Because Stefan wanted to go and have a conscience and be like, oh, don't do that. Like, be nice, guys. Like, shut up. Shut up. This is why you're not my type, Stefan. This is why I won't date you, Stefan. Okay, Stefan. These are literally my TV crushes that I'm infatuated with. And if they're my TV crushes, it says a lot about like my type in person. So like, just imagine Damon Salvatore, Jess Mariano, and like real people. Like that's what I'm looking for. Because that's what I was raised falling in love with. I was raised by the Vampire Diaries, and I was raised by Damon Salvatore, killing everybody except for Elena Gilbert, and like sacrificing his life for Elena Gilbert, but then like killing his brother for like Elena Gilbert. And I'm like, marry me! By the way, I didn't even show you guys what I use, but I just, this is the blush that I normally use. It's the NARS blush in the shade Dominate. Okay, are we gonna go into like my first kiss? I was 14. So after I left that predominantly white high school, I decided to, well, I didn't decide. I just got really bad grades in middle school, so I didn't get into any of the high schools I applied to, so I had to go to like this school that was like close to me. I ended up at the most diverse high school in New York City at the time. And that was like a culture shock for me, but mostly because this was the first time I wasn't in a school with only 3 black boys. And I was like, whoa. My freshman year, I gotta say I probably had like 20 crushes. You know, they were all crushes. They were mental. Like I never actually, like I didn't like try to interact with 20 guys. Like I just like would see them in the hallway and I'd be like, oh, I have a crush on you. Like I never said that to them. I would just like see them and and then I would go home and I would like have dreams about them. That's creepy. Maya, shut up.
I'm just an ordinary girl.
I had this brand new experience where all of a sudden I was getting reciprocated like attention. Not only was I having crushes on guys, but people were liking me back. And I was like, whole ordeal for high school. I think the first guy I ever really liked in high school, I think he was confused himself. But he was like sending me mixed signals and I was like, oh my god, yes, he's like the love of my life. Come to find out he had a girlfriend the whole time. And I think I broke up their relationship, which I didn't even mean to do. Like, he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me. Before I started dating that guy, it was my first ever boyfriend. I always put quotations because like this stuff lasted like 3 weeks. And I forgot how like it was initiated. But I think we had a class together. And I think after the class, I think he stopped me and he was like, hey. I don't know like how the conversation went after that, but I think he like came down to lunch with me or something and like we chatted, but it was like awkward as fork. It was a very weird interaction. But I think after that day, automatically we were boyfriend and girlfriend. You see how I'm saying like these relationships were so fake? Because how are we gonna go to lunch together and now we're married? What? This boy was my first kiss. Mind you, like I said, like I had no clue. I had no even inclination on how to interact with the boy, like anything like that, let alone kiss a boy. So I was like, okay, this boy became my boyfriend in a day. I need to look up how to kiss a boy. So I looked it up on Google and I was freaking scared. I was like, what the fork is going on? The day comes for like my first kiss. I don't even know like what the day was like. Some people know like what they were wearing, how their breath smelled, what they ate for breakfast. I don't know. All I know is I was in a playground.
Are you not ashamed of yourself?
I was standing there and then he just started moving closer and I was like, what? And he was like, literally all I did was this. And he was sitting there like, and I was like, that was definitely like the worst kiss he's ever had in his life. Like honestly, like it was so awkward for me. Like I didn't know what to do. Like I didn't know what to do. That relationship quickly ended though because I think he cheated on me like 7 times. Girl, I was 14 living more lives than some of y'all when you were 25. Apparently. I've been through a divorce, affair, all of it. Comment down below your first kiss story or like if you have an intense like crush story that like we need to hear, please comment it down below. I had 2 other boyfriends other than that, all in freshman year. Once freshman year was done, I was like, okay, this is too much for me. I went from getting no play to getting too much play to not knowing how to address the play to just like canceling the play. Canceling all of the play. I had another boyfriend, which I never really counted him as my boyfriend because again, it was like legitimately 2 weeks. And I was like, I don't really like this guy. You know, there was nothing bad about him. We didn't vibe. You know, we didn't click. There was this one boy that I did click with. You know what I'm saying? That same boy that did have the girlfriend. But like they weren't together. I think it was like the last day of school or something. And the guy that was my boyfriend at the time was like, hey, I'm leaving, bye. And I was like, later, loser. I went to hang out with the boy that I actually had a crush on because we were friends, but like I knew I had a crush on him. There was another girl there. I go home and while I'm on the bus, I'm texting my current boyfriend. I'm like, hey, I really don't think this is gonna work out. Like we're just in really completely different places and I just don't think that I'm prepared like to really be in this relationship with you right now. Like it's definitely not you. It's definitely a mean thing. I'm just like not completely in it and I'm so sorry. So I'm sending this while I'm on the bus home. Meantime, like I'm doing it because I want to ask my crush to be like my boo thing. Like I'm not a cheater, so like I'm not gonna ask that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna dump you. Oh, that's so strong. Like I promise I wasn't mean, but like I'm gonna break up with you so that I could go ask my actual crush out. I send that tags, I'm chilling. I'm like, I'm taking a nap, I'm playing my Sims, school is out, scream and shout. I'm sitting there, dressing my Sims, downloading my CC. All of a sudden, I get a Snapchat from the girl that I was hanging out with, and she was like, hey, sorry, but I told your boyfriend that you liked, what are we gonna name him? Greg. I told your boyfriend that you liked Greg, and that's why you broke up with him, and now he's mad. No wonder he's mad. She was a snitch and she snitched on me and Greg was mad. Greg was mad, but it's okay. Greg calmed down after he like tried to like, you know, beat me up. But like, oh my God, that sounds so serious. I gotta remember that like I can't say stuff like that and like stuff like that could be serious. In high school realm, when somebody tries to like get you jumped, it's still very serious. You know what I'm saying? No violence. Please do not fight. But like I was so desensitized by it because people were getting like into fights left and right. getting jumped, all that stuff. So basically he was like, I'm going to get you jumped. And I was like,
What?
because I don't fight. I've never been in a fight before, only with my brother. And that's the only reason that I think that I would actually win in a fight if somebody was physically like trying to murder me, is because I was trained by my brother in like full on attack. Because if you have an older brother, you know that they don't hold back. So I don't hold back. Like, I know how to bite someone's ear off, like if I need to. So I'm sitting there crying. I'm bawling my eyes out. And I'm telling my friends, I'm like, oh my God, I can't ever leave my house again. Like, I can't ever go to school again. Moral of the story is I went to school the next day and I like ran in, ran out, didn't see him. But he didn't do anything, which, like, thank God. Because, like, I always used to say in high school, if there, for any reason a girl wants to fight me, I would A, run away very fast. Because I used to do track, so I am a track star. B, just, like, sit there and, like, take the punches. Because, you know, like, we can all learn from a situation. So I'd, like, pull a Gandhi and I would just be like, oh. Let me analyze how I got to this point. Or C, I would call the police. Okay, I've been talking for way too much because it's 1:15. I have like 30 minutes left to get ready because I have to be ready by 2. So it's time to do my hair. My makeup is finished, by the way. This is the makeup look. Pretty simple. First of all, I like just chopped off a bunch of my hair this morning, but I kind of like it. If we're painting pottery, I don't want to have to be like, and then like doing my hair to my face. Yo, I be feeling so like, whenever I shave my hair, I just be like,
Bust down, these hoes can't stand.
this is when you need to click off because I'm starting to get conceited. I need to remember my roots. Remember that girl that wore vampire fangs to school every day. You're still that girl. Basically, my boy situations after high school really like mellowed down. Once we went into quarantine, it was like non-existent because I wasn't in an environment to like communicate with people. I feel so bad for guys sometimes because so many girls' expectations of like a boyfriend or a guy is like based off of Rory Gilmore's life. Like, I really think I'm the African-American Rory Gilmore sometimes. And I believe I deserve somebody like Jess Mariano that would like literally like run into moving traffic for me, write in the book margins for me. I don't even read books, but like, I don't freaking know. Like, somebody like Damon Salvatore, like these are the boys that like my expectations were drawn up on. And I feel like it's like made me into like this like hopeless romantic type of person. Don't mind my hair because now we're multitasking because I'm freaking late. I need to pick out an outfit and these are my 2 options. Option number 1, I have these black jeans that are like baggier, and then I could do this like cream cropped sweater. But like, okay, moral of the story is it's like 3 degrees outside, it's windy as heck, but like we're driving, so like I don't think weather is like really a factor I should be factoring in. You know what I'm saying? So crop sweater, jeans, or I go a little bit more me vibes and I go cargo jeans and a black crop top. This is option number 1. My mirror's over there, so I'm looking at it. I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely very cropped, but I think the other one's gonna be just as cropped. So like, you know, like it looks nice, but like, is it a me vibe? Let me try another one. This is the second one, and honestly, I feel like the first one is better. Like, I don't know, I'm just not really feeling this vibe. So I think we might go with the first one. This is the hairstyle that I went with, like a half up, half down. That way I could just like put this away. Putting on some perfume. This is the Dossier Florian Silk Coconut. Don't stink out here, ladies, gents, whoever. Especially on a date, because that's how you make them run away. Just kidding. If you smell bad and they run away, they weren't made for you. My camera's about to die. Okay, so I lied to you guys a little bit, but basically I wore the same jeans, but I changed the top into this top from like Pretty Little Thing that I found in my drawer because I like that better, and it was also a lot warmer. And I didn't really take many like pictures or videos because like I low-key forgot to, but I took this one picture of the like pottery type thing that I was trying to paint. I didn't paint this, but this was what I was basing my painting off of. So hopefully my painting will come out like that, but we'll see, because I'm not Picasso. I'm named after Maya Angelou, okay? Not Picasso. And yeah, overall 10 out of 10 date. It was a good date. Like and subscribe if you want a date reveal. Sorry, that was nasty. I'll never say that again. I hope you have a good day, guys. See you later.